Come on in.
First of all,
Thank
can I
you.
have a hug?
Yes, you can. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. That's so nice.
We need to talk about the Black History Month event President Trump held today, and the grandmother who has some Democrats furious after publicly praising him and his record. This shouldn't surprise anyone. A large majority of Black voters traditionally support Democrats, so when someone openly breaks from that pattern and even voices support for the other side, it sparks strong reactions. Critics quickly move to question or shame those who step outside the expected political line. We're going to break down exactly what she said that caused such a stir, along with the latest updates surrounding the event. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit the thumbs up. It really helps. Subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss what's next. Let's get into it.
I like her. Please.
I like him too. One thing I like about him, he keeps it real just like Grandma. I appreciate that because I can trust him because he tells exactly how he feels and what he thinks. Thank God for this president. I am filled, my cup runneth over. Because he allowed his constituents, his people to come to my house to interview me, to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm an advocate for murder. I marched. I rallied. I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did not have answers. Ooh. We marched and we rallied, and nobody heard me, Democrats. Get mad at me. Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home. Have you ever heard of a thing? Then they invited me twice before Congress to testify for the beautiful bill that's going to change crime in the district. If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple. If you do a harsh crime, you do harsh time. Just that simple. And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago. He brought it on. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
You saw it. You heard it. The reason many Democrats likely ignored it is simple. It doesn't fit the narrative they prefer to push. The narrative that frames Black Americans primarily as victims. That's the storyline that gets amplified. Now, tragically, this grandmother reportedly lost her grandson to violence. I can't confirm every detail, but we all know how often violence impacts communities across the country, including in places like Paterson, New Jersey, where I'm from. Sadly, for many neighborhoods, it becomes normalized, just another headline, another day. But when this grandmother publicly supports Trump, the reaction from some Black Democrats is immediate. If you don't align with their political views, they assume something must be wrong with you. Instead of debate, it turns into name-calling. Instead of discussion, it becomes personal attacks. Just look at some of the responses online. One commenter wrote, "Going from MAGA to Massa is insane." Another claimed, "Literally paid actors." Someone else compared supporters to slaves defending a plantation owner. I won't read further, you get the point. A lot of people don't see this side of social media, but I do. And what's ironic is that in trying to shame someone for independent thinking, critics often reveal more about themselves than they realize. Now, let's move to the next update. Kevin O'Leary, who occasionally appears as a guest on CNN, said what many viewers have been thinking during a segment on Abby Phillips' show. It was clear he'd had enough, and the exchange lit up the entire panel. Take a listen.
Cases involving, may I? We have seen cases involving federal agents with a Venezuelan national in Minneapolis, who they claimed had charged them with a snow shovel and attacked them. Christy
What does
Noel.
that have to do with the
Let me get my
ballot?
point across, and then you can. And the point is
Help me,
that
help me.
the point is that they charged them criminally, and when they went to court, evidence proved that what they had
What does that
said
have to
was
do
a
with
lie.
ballots?
That this
All right.
government lies. That's the point.
All right, Kevin, a quick last word.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm
My
not sure.
last word is, you're all nuts. Like, that's just...
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Kevin.
That's
Guys,
Am I in on
please.
that? Okay.
Look, we got to keep it together here, okay?
We are. Too late.
Honestly, I mean,
We are.
there's a way to talk about these things. If you don't have anything to say, just say
No,
that,
I
and I
just
won't
said
come to you
something
next
very
time.
important.
You don't
All
have
right,
basic
next
information,
for us,
Kevin. You don't
everyone.
know who's running for the
Everyone,
Senate
thank
in
you
Texas.
for being here.
That was a stretch. It was
Next,
insane.
excuse me.
A shovel to
Excuse
the
me.
ballots?
Stop,
What's the shovel?
Kevin. Stop.
You saw it. You heard it. So it really shouldn't surprise anyone that Abby Phillips' show is reportedly struggling in the ratings. We're talking about sitting around 48th place in cable news for total viewers, and that's in a primetime slot. But when every night feels like the same script, Trump bad, Democrats good, eventually audiences tune out. Viewers want substance, not repetition. And when the message never changes, the numbers start reflecting that. Her program ranks among some of the lowest rated shows on CNN, alongside other struggling cable news programs. And honestly, that says a lot about the broader direction of legacy media. This points to a bigger issue. Many traditional news outlets have lost credibility with large portions of the public because people feel they're getting commentary disguised as reporting. Instead of balanced analysis, it often comes across as partisan pandering. But in this next clip, one woman pushes back and lays out what she believes are the inconsistencies. It's a breakdown worth hearing.
3 times the leftist media lied to you this week. What NBC reported. Massachusetts woman begging for her husband to be released from ICE detention center. What actually happened? Seamus Culleton abandoned his 2 children in Ireland and came to the United States on a tourist visa in 2009. His visa expired and he never went back, probably because he's facing drug charges back in his home country. So ICE picked him up 5 months ago and is in the process of deporting him, but we're supposed to feel real bad about it because he's married now and owns a plastering company in Boston. What CBS Austin reported. Greenlee Martinez, 17, says she was threatened with a taser during an ICE walkout protest in Round Rock. What actually happened? Greenlee Martinez got up in a cop's face and screamed while the officer was trying to arrest another protester. She continued harassing the cops in a threatening manner and was told to back off or she'd get the business end of a taser. You know, as one does when harassing a cop and obstructing an arrest. What CBS reported.
Kids running scared from a school bus stop as ICE operates nearby.
4th and 5th graders were waiting at their bus stop when ICE agents sparked fear and confusion.
What actually happened? ICE was attempting to arrest Hugo Coelho, an illegal alien from Honduras who's been in the U.S. for 21 years. His criminal history includes assault, strangulation, aggravated assault, and theft. He refused to pull over for ICE agents, got caught in traffic, and fled his vehicle on foot, which is what started all of the chaos. ICE gave up their pursuit without actually catching Coelho, so he's still at large. You are being lied to. Deliberately.
Next update. This one involves a black special education teacher in Georgia who was tragically killed, reportedly by someone in the country illegally. And yet, according to critics, there hasn't been the same level of national outrage. No major marches. No wall-to-wall breaking news coverage. No sustained panel discussions. For some observers, that silence speaks volumes. They're asking, where's the outrage now? Where are the voices that are usually so quick to mobilize? This is why many people say they've grown skeptical. To them, it feels selective, as if attention depends on whether a story fits a particular narrative. And when coverage appears inconsistent, it raises questions about priorities and credibility. Take a look at this next clip and decide for yourself.
A special education teacher was killed in a road crash on Monday. Police say the driver accused of slamming into her is an illegal immigrant with a deportation order who was allegedly speeding away from ICE agents.
Good evening, Greg and Shannon. The Department of Homeland Services says that a man was fleeing ICE officials when he ran a red light and took an illegal U-turn right here. This is the exit you would take when going onto the Truman Parkway. It was then that he hit and killed a Chatham County educator. Broken glass and bent car frames being taken off the roadways in Chatham County after an early morning crash. The deceased, a beloved special education teacher, Dr. Linda Davis, who worked less than a mile away at Hess K-8. While students were out for President's Day, Monday was a work day for teachers like Dr. Davis. The school responding, releasing a statement saying, "We should all expect and try to understand that there will be a variety of emotions and responses as to what has occurred. The most important thing we can do is to be supportive and encourage an open expression of feelings." As for what led up to it, police say ICE officers initially attempted a traffic stop of 38-year-old Oscar Vasquez Lopez. The Department of Homeland Security says he was initially stopped, then sped away, running a red light and making an illegal U-turn, which caused the deadly collision. DHS releasing this photo, saying he was in the country illegally from Guatemala. Vasquez Lopez has been charged with reckless driving, driving without a valid license, vehicular homicide, and other offenses. ICE policy says in regards to a situation like this, ICE officials use reasonable and necessary force when someone resists arrest. ICE officers and agents prioritize safety, including the safety of the people that they arrest, and are highly trained in de-escalation.
Now, regarding the previous situation, no one deserves to lose their life. At the same time, difficult conversations often include looking at the circumstances and decisions that led up to a tragedy. I'll leave that there for now. Let's move to this final update. A Florida father decided to pull his child out of school after students participated in an anti-IC walkout. And it raises a bigger question. Why are students being drawn into politically charged protests during school hours in the first place? Some parents feel that classrooms should focus on academics, not activism. They argue that many students are still developing their understanding of complex political issues, and that schools should remain neutral spaces for learning rather than political organizing. In this next clip, you'll see the father explain why he made the decision to remove his child from the school. Take a look.
We do have admins out who should be sent.
You have like 1,000 kids on the overpass. One just about got hit by a car.
Okay, we did let the deputies know because the students that did walk out, the deputies are dealing with. They had a ICE protest on campus that was friendly and was supposed to be safe, and the admin.
This is for school. This isn't for kids shouldn't be involved in that shit. This is for learning. I have to leave work because while I'm working, I have to worry about what you're manipulating my kids into listening to. It's bullshit. It's fake media. I want my son out of here now. Can you call him up here and get him out of here?
Can I get the students?
Aiden Lalonde.
I need you to write down the students' names.
Well,
Are you
should know how to spell it.